Morning world, Scott here with some more musings from the driving seat. So yeah, today I want to talk to you about goals. We're now on the 10th of January and 2016, and statistically this is the time where if people had good intentions of writing some goals down on the 1st of January, etc., and I had great plans then but didn't know where to start. Today's fuck it Sunday, basically, where they just think, fuck it, I can't come up with it anyway, I don't know where to start, I've got no idea of how to get these down, and your head feels a bit like with all the stuff flying around it. You know that you want to achieve something, you've got vague areas, but you don't know where to start. So today I just want to have a quick word with you and give you a kick up the arse, basically. So yeah, life is like, if you see it like a taxi, so basically you've got to give it a destination. You can't get in a taxi and just sit there and expect to get to where you want to get without telling the driver how to get there. So if you've got it in your head, that's a great place to start, but you need to get it out there and get it on paper and start giving the directions to the taxi driver to get you there. So I said in a previous video I'll give you the tips on how I do it. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not some kind of professional in this area, but this is what I use, and this is what I've collated over the years, and I've found it to be very useful, so I'm going to pass it on to you guys. Okay, so lots of people don't know where to start, so I find the best thing to do is give things headings. When you've got a heading, you've got an area of where you want to start, and it starts to get your juices flowing as well. So the first area that I choose is health. Okay, so that's the first heading. Heading number 1, write it down, health. And I put a /fitness /spiritual /mindset stuff. So that all comes under the same banner. So that's number 1. So that's health. Okay. Heading number 2, write this down, family and friends. Okay, so write that one down. Heading number 3 is career. So write that down. Heading number 4 is money and finances. Okay, so get that scribbled down. Heading number 5 is adventure, and 6 is education, and number 7 for me, why I add this in is because I've got stuff all over what I've started and I haven't finished. So it's unfinished jobs. These could be all stuff all over the house. You might have started one job with good intentions and never finished it off. A half painted door. So these are like little to-do lists, so I always try and go around my house, etc., and write these little unfinished jobs down, stuff that I needed to get nailed, basically. So health and fitness, obviously that'll get your juices flowing about what you want to achieve in that area, and as again I include like spiritual stuff and mindset stuff. So it could be things like yoga, learning to meditate, it could be all sorts of stuff that's around that. So again, that'll give you the indication of where to start on that. Family and friends, generally we want to do more things with his family, we want to see his friends more, etc. Think about the things that you want to do. Career, where do you want to go with your career? Are you pissed off with what you're doing? So you are not a tree, so if you don't like where you are, you have a choice of what you do with it. Whether you do it or not is your choice, but never have great intentions. Somebody told me the other day, I've got dreams of being a midwife, but I don't think I'll ever do it. Well, why not? Why not look into the course, look into how you could achieve it, etc. And it might be the fact that you can't feasibly see a way of doing it, but speak to people. They might say, well, did you know that there's a grant for this, or blah blah blah, but until you actually approach that situation, then it won't happen and you won't find these little things out. Career, money, finances. So career, sorry, that's career. Money and finances, the new heading. That could be how much you're wanting to achieve this year money wise, how you can rake in an extra £1,000 a month, how you can basically anything to do with your finances. If you're in debt, okay, how do I get out of this debt, because it's weighing down on me and it's stopping me attracting more money into my life, because all I feel like is I've got a lack mindset. So adventure, now it's very important that we keep this adventure one in. Now adventure can be anything. It can be holidays, it can be experience days, things that you've always wanted to do, a skydive, anything. These are the things that stick in his minds. So not a new pair of shoes, that doesn't stick in his minds. They're great for like the first week or 4 weeks. You're really impressed with your kicks, and then that all goes by wayside. Do you know what I mean? Them things don't last. So adventure things, experiences, they stay in your mind. They're memories, you've got photos of them, etc. They teach you different things, etc. Education, if we're not learning, we're not growing. So is there something else that you want to do? I want to learn Spanish. I'm sick of going abroad and feeling like an ignorant English mofo. Do you know what I mean? Not being able to even utter 5 words in Spanish and expecting them to know what I'm on about, etc. And as I said, the unfinished jobs is just making a list of things to do. So yeah, another point on this, a friend said to me last night, he's done stuff like this before, and he started writing it down. And there's a system by Dax Moy that is called the Magic 100 List, where you write down 100 goals, and under headings very similar to what I've just given you here, you see. And he said it seemed too unrealistic. Now there's a great quote by Will Smith where he said the quickest road to mediocrity is being realistic. So sometimes we've got to get unrealistic. The people in the world that have achieved massive things didn't sit there and be realistic about creating electricity and all these amazing things that we've got in the world. None of them sat there and got realistic about it. They were all a bit unrealistic about how can we get a man on the moon, etc. It doesn't seem realistic to be able to get a man on the moon when you're on the earth, but somebody had that vision, somebody had that thought, and that's why we achieved it. So you've got to get unrealistic with a lot of these things. Dream big. If you didn't dream big, then you're just gonna, if you don't shoot for the stars, basically you're just gonna be, you're not gonna get up there. So yeah, be unrealistic. Get your big dreams down there. Scare yourself a little bit. The thing that stops you going for that is fear. So fear, a nice little acronym. Fear is false evidence appearing real. So lots of the time fear comes in and tells you that you can't do it just because it's scared, it'll challenge it. And what we've got to do is the biggest things happen in your life when you challenge your comfort zones. So you've got to lob yourself out of that comfort zone, and that's where the magic happens. So I've gone on for 8 minutes now. I'm going to shut up, get on with your goals, use those headings, and give me a shout if you need any help. Alright guys, love ya, see you later.